Come on, man, you see it.
You spent a lot of time thinking about this, didn't you?
Yeah, only my entire life. Now, did you want something or were you just... I'm gonna hang back for a little bit, man. This is taking me back.
Illinois Club League Basketball. I'm Joe Lamy, joined by Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo. Some of the future stars of the region look to hone in their skills as we have the Wolfpack hosting the Dynasty.
And to call this a rivalry might be underselling it. This is more of a feud than anything. These clubs really dislike each other.
And the Wolfpack would love to play spoiler in this one, looking to put an end to the Dynasty's 11-game win streak.
Yeah, Joe, and both of these teams have plenty of talent to get it done tonight. The Wolfpack are only 7-4 on the season, but this roster can play with the best of them and can pull out a win against just about anyone.
And how excited are you for this one? This is about as intense a game gets at the club level. These teams genuinely dislike each other.
Now Wells.
그렇군요. 마이크가 꺼져 있었습니다. 다시 간다. 말 뭐 그렇게 크게 한 건 없지만 어쨌든 갑니다. 가요. 렛츠고. 출발.
Robinson sets the screen. And Drake, you talk about the rivalry between the Wolfpack and Dynasty. They've both had their moments.
They certainly have, and I would expect a very physical game here tonight. That's the bare minimum when these teams play.
Personal foul. Substitution for the Wolfpack, Deshaun Carter.
말이 들리고 있나? 말이 너무 작은 것 같기도 하고 소리가 너무 큰 것 같네. 소리가 너무 크네. 이렇게 하면 되겠지. 효과음 좋게 하고 관중대화를 좋게 하고 마이크 민감도 좀 올릴게. 이렇게 올리면 좀 낫겠지? 음성 테스트는 뭐야? 필요 없어. 이렇게 하면 되겠지. 간다.
Fisher outside. MP outside. And for Zach Timmerman of the Wolfpack, he moved here from Iowa not too long ago.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of him, and I know the Wolfpack would have liked to see more of him. Unfortunately, he's been plagued by back problems, which can't be fun. I wonder how long he'll be able to keep playing for.
나이스. 이거지.
Denied on a shot. MP held nothing back on that one.
Here's Stopper. Pass to James. Robinson gets the
왜 쟤들 외곽이 있나?
To fall. Might not be the best shooter on the team, but each make can lead up to changing that label.
screen by Fisher. Out to Dillard. Here's Fisher on the wing. Brett Hawkins. On the wing, Eric Dillard. MP. 6 on the shot clock. Rejected by Zach Timmerman.
And for Eric Dillard, he's a standout at the high school level in the area, but most scouts have him as a middling recruit.
He can just disappear from games too often, though. Great shot, but too many easy mistakes that he has yet to fix. Now here's Stopper. Robinson sets the screen. From deep. MP grabs the miss. Down low. Out to Dillard. Screen by MP. And
나이스.
with the three.
Shooting is the centerpiece of Eric Dillard's game, and he sinks one there.
Outside Stauffer. Shoots over Hopkins. Pass to James. Stauffer. Puts it up from 15. That one's off.
And we've talked about the heated interactions of these teams before. It's a result of history and proximity.
Oh yeah, the bad blood comes from getting in each other's faces way too often over the years. Certainly doesn't help they operate out of the same region in Illinois.
And the Wolfpack have possession. To the middle. And here's Robinson. 4-3. MP grabs the miss.
And you can't ask for a better look. It was almost too open from that time around.
And that gives them the lead.
Just what the Dynasty
Yeah,
wanted there.
okay.
They're ready to find Hawkins, and he takes a quick shot.
Outside, Timmerman. Carter. Dillard covering. Picked by James. Stauffer with the ball. He's against Hawkins. The Dynasty with the lead. Passes to MP. The shot's good. Dillard making the play there.
How about the strength MP showed there, showing off and proving he can score through contact.
Well, the big name in the showcase has to be MP. He's a five-star recruit and has a clear path to the NBA with his skill set and athleticism.
And scouts want to see him take over the game. They want to see him be athletic. They want to see his instinct and moves on the floor. Because sometimes he can defer it a bit too much.
And it's good for two.
Swiftly moving up the floor. MP loves to score before the defense can get into their game plan.
They're really on the back foot at this point.
Yeah, at both ends of the floor, things are just not going their way.
오 진짜.
Robinson sets the screen. Wide open look. Drained it.
해설.
For 2 points.
Stauffer loves to play chess, and right there, he made the right move to capitalize on a defensive lapse. Check.
Here's MP. Second chance. And he was
아야.
fouled on the way
꼬리네.
out. 2 free throws coming up.
First personal
Drew
foul.
Robinson picks one up.
Second team foul.
And that
Okay.
one misses.
At the
What I
line for
really
the
admire about this
Dynasty.
kid is he's not only this team player on the court that we see, but off the court as well. This kid just really understands the value of helping his community.
출득 살리다.
And here's Cordova. Pass to Carter. To the paint.
오.
Johnson. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. And with a showcase game like this and tonight's rosters, you can expect a lot of college scouts in the
오.
stands.
The importance of this game, setting the narrative of each player's potential. Opinions are forming about these players. Each can be another pro or con in each.
Substitution for the Dynasty. Substitution for the Wolfpack.
내가 어디서 나온 거야? 여기서 나온 거야?
The Wolfpack trailing here. Robinson sets the screen. Outside, it's Johnson. That three is off the mark. Inside. And a foul calls on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two here.
Fourth team
Oh
foul.
my goodness, it's so tough to stop MP, especially at this level. He's the most talented player out of Plainview, maybe ever.
The Wolfpack making a switch here. And the leader of this Wolfpack team, without a doubt, is Patrick Wells, a three-star recruit who has a chance to play at the next level.
And he's not the biggest and most athletic player on the floor, but when he warms up and we look out, the kid can straight up shoot the ball. If he can bulk up and add some strength, he should be a factor in college.
On the wing, Eric Dillard. MP.
야. 17분.
Dillard, right side. Back to MP. The shot's good. Dillard
더블
score
더블.
in close when he needs to. Right there, he did just that.
Over to the wing. At the inside. MP with the block.
You look at this Wolfpack roster, a lot of players who will play college ball, but Patrick Wells could be the barometer.
And they are ecstatic to have him with the team. Add some much needed
역시 너는 신장을
the fate of their season.
He's a menace on the glass. His offensive rebounding is going to cause problems for opponents for years to come.
And there's the pick. Three-pointer, Patrick
2
Wells.
points, Patrick
Nails it
Wells.
from three.
An elite three-level shooter. Wells is someone you have to worry about beyond the arc.
Here's MP.
오,
And it's the
그거
Wolfpack
뭐?
with the rebound. Andrews
왜
with
이렇게
it.
되는
Now guarded by Junior. And Tommy Fresh finishes it off.
When you're trying to make up ground, you have to make every possession count.
Right? Some teams just start launching threes, but what you really need at this point is good shot selection.
And part of good shot selection is finding the weakness in the defense. They just did that. Dynasty coach Duncan Carter has worked to impart a sense of focus in this ongoing rivalry. The rivalry of these teams is well documented, and he wants his club to continue their winning ways.
Yeah, Danny, he knows that the way the games have swung between these two sides is a dynamic rivalry. He would like the Dynasty to play at
sorry.
heightened intensity for them.
좀 늦었네.
That'll go the way of the Wolfpack.
I think he was surprised to see that pass coming his way. He reacted way too late.
Brett Hawkins.
And the Wolfpack have possession.
Substitution for the
11-point game.
Wolfpack.
Passes to Wells. They get a hand on it. Stolen away by Hopkins. 1 second separates the shot clock and the game clock here. Now Johnson.
쑥 주고 떠야지.
Now Fresh.
아, 세우는
Now
거.
Timmerman. Luan covering. MP with the block. And that'll be Wolfpack ball as it goes out of bounds. They're able to
Substitution
keep it.
for the Dynasty. Eric Fisher. Substitution for the Wolfpack.
Three-pointer, Patrick Wells. Doesn't go for him. And so that's the end of the first half.
For the first half.
Dynasty
The
ahead.
second half will
Up
get
by
underway
11.
after a brief
And time for a
intermission.
break. The action resumes right after this. The teams have had their break. The Wolfpack and Dynasty getting ready to kick things off here in the second half of play. And in club play this season, the Wolfpack enter tonight at 7-4, while the Dynasty are a perfect 11-0.
And I'd say we could throw out the record books, Joe. Whoosh! I threw mine right across the table. Sorry, Drake. Because of the history of these regional rivals is so complex. Both teams thrive on denying the other the chance to win in big games like this one.
And Patrick Wells outside. They get the board. Robinson's shot is off. And now the Dynasty with it. Passes to MP.
뭐?
Second shot chance.
예, 너무 참여 같은데 지금.
Not nearly enough energy on the boards there to prevent the putback.
After defensive end, they've got to be way more aggressive than that on the glass. Clever, using the opponent's eagerness to contain him against them. Wells drives
team
the shooting foul.
First free throw
At
is
the
good.
line for the Wolfpack, Patrick Wells. Shooting
And he gets both of them. Well, you think about what sets MP apart on this Dynasty team. His athleticism, you rarely see at the club level.
He's been stunning, Joe. When he's driven, he's physically capable of explosive feats. Speaking of, I'm setting my phone up right here because I think we've got a great angle for some viral content.
Stoffer with the ball. Quiet offensively so far. Searching for his first points of the game.
And that's the thing with Wells. His biggest strength offensively is the jump shot.
On the wing, Eric Diller. Fisher. Pulling by Robinson. Now here's Timmerman. Defense right on him. They've built on a very nice lead.
And no signs of slowing down either, as far as I can tell.
MP off on the layup. Wells outside. Gives it to Stoffer. Six to shoot. Kicks it out to Wells. And the Wolfpack, another three.
And we're here in the gym of the Plainview Panthers. It's a familiar floor to some players in our game today because they go to high school here.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Having home court advantage is everything in a contentious game like this. A little extra bit of comfort might make a difference. You can't count anything out as such a key to defend.
Takes a three. And the Wolfpack's another three.
저런 거 팀
Making
이기요?
a
여기서
big difference from long range. That was a huge shot right there.
이미지
They've
유지시키면
got time,
하는데
and if he can keep stretching the defense like he has been with those three-point shots, that lead could go away in a hurry.
Passes to MP. To the middle. Luan's shot is off. The Wolfpack trailing here. Stoffer with the ball. Dillard covering. Here's Stoffer. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
Defensive foul. Eric Fisher. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
First free throw is good. Changing it up here.
Tariq James. Taking
He doesn't get the second one.
When I talked to Wolfpack shooting guard Sean Carter pregame, he had a tablet with some personal scouting notes, animated plays, and video highlights.
Yeah, Danny, I was looking at his tablet, and he even had a My NBA franchise with creative players to represent each team. That level of dedication makes him a database of information on these teams.
first
That
personal
defense
foul.
side, sometimes
First
all you
team
can do is
foul.
foul.
This is why you have to
Go
be
with
careful to deny anyone getting that low position.
And he makes both free throws. And so here it's the Wolfpack. They trail by 7. Robinson sets the screen. Deshaun Carter from the outside. And he grabs the miss.
15다.
Now left side Cobb. Down low. Here's Junior. Good. The assist goes to
Some call it two nickels, but most would call that a dime. Nice assist by MP.
Now here's Carter. He's got 5. And here's Zach Timmerman outside. And here's MP. Here's Adirko.
나이스.
Uses the glass on the layup.
Adirko doubles down there on the interior for some hard-earned points.
Right wing. Now here's Johnson. Now covered by MP. Here's Robinson. And that one comes up a bit short. MP.
아 참.
Nova covering.
가래가 풀리냐.
Inside. Johnson. Terrific assist. Nice finish. Solid play all around.
Sometimes you see old school elements in Johnson's game, like how he just aggressively attacked the inside to find the bucket.
Zadirko, right side. Junior, outside. Pass to Cobb. Nails the three-pointer.
You're just asking for more trouble than you can handle if you let him roam free in three-point range.
And on the bench for the Wolfpack, Coach Barry Bay. He's been with the program several years now and is trying to continue the success. Called by the Dynasty.
Substitution for the Wolfpack. Timeout on the court. Substitution for the Wolfpack. Michael Stoffer.
Here's James. Robinson, now covered by MP. Pass to James. Over Fisher. Rejected by Eric Fisher. Back to MP. Three-pointer. And it's the Wolfpack with the rebound.
Most days, that would be his shot. Not sure what the credit goes for the minute.
Certainly not to the defense. They're very fortunate that didn't go in, considering the room they gave him.
Robinson for 3.
엄청 높네.
From long range.
It's good to see Wells
포지션
making the right
차인데
play. Keep it to the open man.
안전하게.
MP It's MP.
어?
And
이게
it's
안
rebounded
들어가네.
by Zach Timmerman. And the Wolfpack have possession. It's a 3-point game. Wells, no good. Pass to Luan. Back to MP. The shot's good on the assist from Michael Luan.
It's MP coming through in a huge moment. His reputation continuing to rise at times just like this. And we're seeing something very promising unfolding here.
찍어주고 슛.
Here's Hopkins. So the
아우
whistle falls
영상
on the
됐으면
shot.
좋겠지.
Michael with the contact there.
First personal foul.
That one unstoppable. And no good as the first free throw misses for him. We'll see if he can nail the second.
Well, Brett Hawkins' raw athletic ability is very impressive. With some refinement in practice, he could become an even more valuable part of the Dynasty's roster.
Three-pointer, Patrick Wells. Another miss by Wells.
Closing down on leads is done by making smart plays on offense and taking care of the ball. It's not done by posting up those bonus plays like that.
And so it looks like the Dynasty will retain possession here. And that one's out of bounds. The Dynasty will retain possession. Here's Luan. MP, defended by Robinson. Here's MP. And it's the Wolfpack with the rebound. It's Wells, left side. Robinson buries it from three-point range.
And the story of the second half has been their shooting from long range.
Found their rhythm coming out of the break, and they're hunting those perimeter shots.
Kicks it out to Hopkins. MP. To the paint. Slowed by Robinson. Wells down low. Dillard covering. Right at the free throw line. Wells, no good. On the wing, Brett Hawkins.
예이.
Ice in his veins. MP is rock solid in the clutch.
Time call.
Here's Wells. Great D that time from Dillard. And he commits the intentional foul.
Third personal foul. Fourth team foul.
They could more or less wrap it up right here.
This has to be a very smart possession, though.
First personal foul.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
And for Dillard, it's about staying engaged whenever he's out on the court and making sure he just makes the most of every opportunity.
And now we've got the personal foul.
Second personal foul. Teams in the penalty. At the
And he
line.
can't get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
No
어.
time to spare. They
여기는
need a
한개 안 주는구나.
On top of that, a steal or a foul to also stop the clock.
It's been a rough game of shooting for him. You can't fault him on that track.
And so they foul intentionally.
Second personal foul. They are over the limit.
And the first one of two is no good. Heartbreaker there. Time called as the Wolfpack decided to talk things over.
And right now, as a fan, all you're looking for is a quick shot and a foul.
I'm always curious to see what kind of set they come out with. What's their go-to play at this point?
3점으로
And Patrick Wells outside.
3 points,
Buries
Patrick
it.
Wells.
And he's brought him within 2 points.
Oh, and Wells with a clutch shot. We all know Wells wants the ball in those tough situations, and it paid off giving it to him there. Mandatory foul at this
At
point.
the line for the
Yep, you've got to
Dynasty.
stop the clock, and you've got to regain.
한개 넣으면 신기하네.
And he hits both free throws here. And it's a 4-point ball game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys.
어려우셨죠? 에이스가 맞겠지? 비가 받으면 좀 찍어야겠다.
Three-pointer, Patrick Wells. You can't get that one to fall. And they need to stop the clock, so there's the foul.
25대 22.
Second personal foul. At the line for the Dynasty.
And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. And he's able to hit the second one. And that puts him up by 5. Time called as the Wolfpack decided to talk things over.
Possibly forestalling the inevitable?
Yeah, let this clock roll. People have places to be.
Here's Wells, and a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws.
They are
Not the best
over the
foul
limit.
out there on the three-point attempt.
이러면 맞잖아.
Yeah, unnecessary. Make him earn those points from deep. Don't just give him easy shots.
Taking 3 shots.
The second one drops, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And he nails the third. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
4th personal foul. At the line for the Dynasty.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so
나이스.
he goes 2 at the line,
28대
and
22.
it's a 5-point game.
타임도 없거든요. 끝났어.
That will do it. Put in the books. The Dynasty continue their amazing start to the season. And now,
Ah, man, you mind if I talk to him real quick? I apologize. Hey, look, I know we butt heads over the years, but we go to the same school now.
뭐였지? 뭔데 못 받았지?
It's back! That's right, Shake. My court has returned for NBA 2K25, and it looks awesome.
My Court is your own personal hub in the city. Practice your shot with the ball machine, run through simple drills, and play a variety of games.
15점 차였구나. 하지만 이건 하점 이겼으면 됐지 뭐. 다음 문제지.
Here we go. Yo.
we're here in Plainview, Illinois.
맞았네. 어시스트 4개, 7개. 어시스트 위주로 하라 이거네. 아, 1200은 좀 큰데.
And let's go down to the floor as the Hello everyone and welcome to our coverage of the Illinois High School State Championships. I'm Joe Lamy alongside Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo. Danny, we've got quite the matchup tonight between the Plainview Panthers and the North Beverly Bearcats.
Rubbing my hands together, a bit of a David and Goliath situation here. The Bearcats looking for their 9th straight title, but the Panthers have come out of nowhere, led by their star, MP.
He's the star of the show and has been nothing short of sensational all tournament.
Oh, he's a player that can cause a load of problems with his overwhelming talent. And I'll tell you what, Coach Altman and the Bearcats will have a plan, but some things he just can't account for.
And in our matchup tonight,
네? 이거 못 때려도 돼? 오른쪽에
we'll
있는데.
see the Plainview Panthers going against the North Beverly Bearcats. And you look at the roster for North Beverly and the international feel as they recruit from all over.
Oh, for
완전 마티에 갔는데.
high school, it's crazy. They treat their program the way a university would. they look all over for the best talent, not just in Illinois, but all over the world.
Drake, Joe, Ben Bishop, he's big, and first-time fans are taking photos. I hear everybody talking too. I mean, if he could gain some more skills, some more speed, he could play college ball.
And Plainview making a change here. And when you watch Germanenko on the court for North Beverly, he's as composed as they get at this level.
He's the smallest starter for the Bearcats, but he's sort of like this conductor of a larger than...
And the Panthers call time here.
They're sending guys to the line way more than they should here, like they have a frequent flyer card. They need to play good position defense and avoid these reach-ins and all these sloppy fouls.
MP on the left side. Second shot chance.
Nice.
And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the line.
It's crazy to think he's given up 10 vertical inches. Tomo's got to use his quickness to score just like that. Anytime he gets bumped, the officials are probably going to notice.
North Beverly trailing here. Passes to Cawthon. Beyond the arc. Connects it from downtown.
Look, Cawthon is someone who normally operates down low, but on that one, he showed off his range.
And something to note between these two schools, Plainview has never beaten North Beverly.
Wow, Joe, just lay out the cold hard fact like that? Yeah, I'm not sure I would ever bring that up in the locker room or make the sole point to fire up the squad, but either way, staying undefeated over another team can be a real challenge on that end.
No good from out.
충전이 안 되고 있는 게. 충전이 안 돼.
Side. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Passes to MP. And the rebound.
아니 충전. 네. 어떻게 되고 있는 거야? 멀어서 안 되는 건가? 여기서 해야지. 뭔가 멀어서 잘 안 되는 것 같으니까 가까이서 하겠습니다. 이게 블루투스니까 뭐 가려가지고 잘 안 되나?
Cawthon on the outside. On target from long range.
Defensively, you can't take your eyes off him. He's lethal from several spots on the floor.
Dillard, defended by Chu. Fires from deep.
나이스. 맞아.
Yeah, Dillard returns fire from the arc and matches that last three-pointer.
Chu.
And Dillard, another shooter for Plainview. Solid jump shot, but misses a baffling amount of easy layups.
They'll have a few head scratchers each game, Danny. Cawthon with it. MP's there.
네, 이게 왜 되나?
Goes in.
Hey, Cawthon showing he's got some skill for his size. Normally he's working in close.
Here's MP. Goes back up. And he sinks the layup.
Can't allow him to get the second chance opportunities. You see
일단
why.
쿨은
North Beverly
됐고요.
leads. Over to the left wing. Here's Coffin. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from MP. Dillard with it, and it's Aslanico picking
하나도 못
him up.
넣냐 이거.
And so with it, it's North Beverly.
그 라이벌이 나와야 되겠구나 빨리.
Left side, shoot. Over Dillard. Second chance shot. Cawthon's shot is off.
Drake, some of these players on these teams have faced off against each other in club league. Those memories can be an asset in their minds.
Oh yeah, when you faced someone before, those lessons learned may translate to in-game advantages, Danny. And that's the thing, you gotta correct past mistakes, keep making adjustments, and get better over
역전
time.
성공.
Well, Dillard showed some confidence there. He was ready to let it rip.
Danny Cawthon for three. Danny Cawthon can't get that one to fall.
As a player, you always want to be able to answer back, but he just didn't have it in him right there.
From deep, Grant Tombo. Offensive board. It's Dillard outside. Inside. Here's Tombo. Great defense that time from
하나를 못
Lefko's
넣어. 하나를 못 넣어.
Aslanico.
본보야.
Swings it to Splitter. Wide open look. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Almost 4 minutes gone by into the second quarter
투백으로
of play.
가는
Let's talk about Danny Cawthon for a moment. The Bearcats power forward loves to clean the glass.
He's got a real pack mentality too. So when a shot goes up, Cawthon is nearly always in the picture, and he's either boxing out or snagging those boards himself
여기는
for easy
팀플레이가
second
전혀 안
chance
되는데.
buckets. Passes to Cawthon. Takes a three. Mirko grabs a rebound.
Even without the three ball falling for him, defense has to be better out there.
Yeah, there's no way he should be left that wide open.
To the inside.
찍어. 나이스. 아이고.
North Beverly pulls it
손이
in.
그러구나 얘야.
Outside, shoot. Over Dillard. Nope, not that time. Nothing for two from the field.
속공.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And that one's good from MP.
Swiftly moving up the floor. MP loves to score before the defense can get into their game plan.
Outside, shoot. Cawthon with it. MP with the block. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going on here. Plainview out front, up 4.
딜라?
Don't go anywhere. Halftime coming up next, and then we'll be back to action for the start of the third. And we're back. Illinois State Championship second half action about to restart.
몇 점 차였더라? 7개. 아, 하프.
And it might be
지금도
intimidating for
아니고
some of
꽤.
these players, playing in such a
맞네.
hollowed
디펜딩만
ground here
하면
at the
되겠지.
United Center.
I think it's safe to substitute the might for a definitely does. It's bigger here. The sights, the sounds, everything. It's a dream come true for many of these players.
And stolen by Marcita. Misses from close range.
그만 끌고 들어가야지. 아, 역시 끌고 삽니다.
MP outside. Pass to
왜?
Rosenberg. Here's Germanenko. And he lays it straight in.
Ooh, crafty finish from Vlad. Just taking the wind out of the Panthers, who have to contend with so much size that Zermanenko can sometimes slip past them.
Perchumpsy right side. MP outside. Perchumpsy outside. Tombo with the screen, with 4 to shoot from 14 feet out. The rebound by Marcita.
Coach Riley Altman has North Beverly prepared to play this game as if it's on their own home floor.
Oh, Coach Altman is a living legend. He's the most decorated high school coach in Illinois State history. And what's great about him is he doesn't want his players to be overwhelmed by the environment. He wants them to stay focused and in the game plan.
Tombo up top, back to MP. The 3-ball. And it's Tombo missing.
His mojo is out of whack. Offensively, he just can't get anything going for him.
Well, when you play this game, sometimes cold streaks like this are unavoidable.
And they take the lead.
Entering unfair territory. Marcita already has a huge edge inside, and now showcasing the long ball. The power of the Bearcats is in full display right now.
Pass to Prachumsi. Rosenberg outside.
야, 워샬라가 게임을 지겠는데? 또?
To the middle. Tombo. And he's off on that one. Solid defense from Danny Cawthon. And Ben Bishop, the big man for the Bearcats. 7+ feet in the middle. Hard to miss out on the floor.
Yeah, sticking out on the floor with his height. The mobility is the only question mark for him. He moves like he's 50 years old and drives a minivan, but man, when he gets into position, he's a load to deal with.
MP outside. Can they get it?
이 쿨이 아니냐.
James Marcito with the board. And here's North
게임이란
Beverly.
얘기지.
They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Shot from 16. MP grabs the miss. Plainview trailing. Pass to Prachumsi. MP.
왜 쓰는 거야? 안 움직이나? 오픈범위가 전혀 없네.
MP. He's guarded by Dermanenko. From 18 feet away, Wells gets it to go.
So many of the players for the Panthers have been a part of the Plainview community their whole life. There have been a lot of legacy names.
Some of the kids have fathers and grandfathers that played for Plainview. It's not a large town, but they love their basketball.
MP with the block. Time, the instincts. That's terrific defense from MP.
Here's Splitter. Pass to Bishop. And it's stolen by MP. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Tombo with the screen. Down low.
스매치 차이가 몇 스매치 있구래.
August Splitter picking that one up.
Well, Tombo makes all the right moves. I mean, playing his part in the pick and roll to perfection.
And the free throw, no good. North Beverly trailing here.
Well, no doubt MP is a legend for Plainview already. Likely to be the first graduate to have ever seen the NBA.
And for someone who's never seen him, MP's athleticism is something special. He's got great basketball IQ, and you can see the potential ooze out of him. This is just the start of what can be a decorated career.
Two, no good.
로senberg.
Justice Rosenberg on the wing, covered by Splitter. It's Dillard outside. For three, Todd Gibson.
아이고.
And the rebound goes to the Bearcats. Vlad Dermanenko on the wing. Tombo defending. Outside, Chu. There's a screen by Lee. To the paint. Another shot. The shot
Ooh.
no good. Good D that time from MP. Outside, Gibson. From deep. Hits the
Nice.
trifecta. Now Splitter. Vlad Dermanenko on the wing. Shot to stop the drought. Now we have just finished the third quarter, and we got a tight game so far. Plainview out front. They're up by 2. And we'll be back. Final quarter of play just ahead. The Illinois State Championship on the line. And of course, high school basketball around Chicago as competitive as it gets.
There is a legacy here. Yeah, players are chasing the shadow in the shape of the number 23, and it envelops every court in this city. Basketball could be a ticket, could be the opportunity of a lifetime for these athletes.
There's a screen by Kennedy. Down low.
헐.
Stolen by Williams.
나서 괜히 욕심부렸네. 이기기만 해야
Tie
되는데.
it up. Here's Lee. And he hits it to tie the game up.
That's almost an automatic 2 points when he gets the ball so close to the rim.
The D has to battle to keep him out of the position in the post in the first place.
Little no good on that one. Splitter outside. To take the lead. He can't hit it that time. Gibson with it, and it's Splitter picking him up. Up top, it's Little. Kennedy passes to MP. Returns it to Kennedy. Good.
Nice.
The assist goes to MP.
And as we know, a lot of colleges have their eyes on this state
수비를 다
championship.
데리고
A
와야지
number of top
지금.
recruits.
Oh, if you're a fan of basketball, this is the game to watch. A handful of these players might even make their way to the NBA. But MP, he's the most highly touted athlete out on the floor. And almost all of North Beverly's roster will play college ball somewhere.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
설마.
Out of bounds, Bearcats ball as North Beverly will hold on to it.
헐.
About a minute and a half gone by in the fourth quarter now. Here's Marcita, and that misses. That would have put them up. The Panthers leading. MP inside, guarded by Marcita. Pass to Little. That three-pointer off the mark.
And most days, that would be his shot. I'm not sure what the credit goes for the miss.
Certainly not for the
짠다냐.
defense. They're very fortunate that didn't go in,
되네.
considering the room they gave him.
There's a screen by Lee. And that one's good for shooting. And Wells, a transfer to Plainview before the season, he's been a huge part of their success.
Wells knows how to shoot, something you can always use more of. Likely won't make that jump to the college level, though, but he's a great high school player and a really solid 1-2 punch with him.
근데 저기 왜 들어가?
Their shot is good.
억과당하고 있네.
Here's Wells.
웰스다. 웰스야, 너는 할 수 있을
Really
거야.
need a bucket right now.
넌 가능해.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's been a while since they've scored last.
웰스랑 하면 나가네.
Screen by MP. And Patrick Wells outside. North Beverly leads. Here's Splitter. That's good.
이게 왜 들어가냐고.
Marcita picks up the dime.
Great find by the big man Marcita, using his height to see over the defense.
So North Beverly going with almost an entire new group here. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth now.
James Marcita is a talented wing who can play at the next level. At 6'10" and 240 pounds, small is not what comes to mind for this small forward.
Oh, no, not at all, Danny. It's noticeable how tall he is. And it's unusual to see that kind of mass in a high school rink. But again, that's the benefit of the international recruiting that North Beverly pulls from.
Outside Marcita. Launches it. MP drives the miss.
It's almost like he's trying to make things harder on himself. He's stuck in quicksand. Work around it and get an easier shot.
Pass to Rosenberg. MP. Here's
아니,
Wells.
일하라고, 나 이게.
6 on the shot clock. Back to Prachumsky. Screen by MP. And another three for Plainview.
Quick defender. Prachumsky making his presence felt in a key moment.
Marcita up top. He's guarded by Prachumsky. Vlad Dermanenko for three.
이게 왜요?
Gets the three to fall.
He usually looks for his guys, but Germanenko called his own number there in a big moment.
Passes to MP.
웰스야. 핸드 풀어서 하면 되겠니? 그래, 고맙잖아.
Three. Sinks it. That is an enormous triple.
Building the drama. Wells with the timely score. Do you feel the game shifting right in front of us, guys?
Outside, Bishop. No good on the three. Now Prachumsky on the wing. MP. Back to Prachumsky. Pass to Rosenberg to take the lead. And the rebound goes to the Bearcats.
이런. 이게 이렇게 막상 막하고 갈 게임이 없나?
And so with it, it's North Beverly. And now Marcita.
무슨 일이지?
Pass to Day. Fires the three. No good from three-point territory.
이게 맞지.
Fires, and we're headed to overtime. Plenty of action still to come. What a game it's been, and we have more on the way. A state title game to remember. Here we go. Here's Dermanenko. Well, you look at what North Beverly has accomplished the past decade. They had to feel the pressure heading into this one.
Yeah, the weight of expectations for one thing. If you think more about it, it's a foundation, though, because you've also got a lot of momentum,
아니,
the
근데
wisdom, the
다
training
뚫렸니?
to prepare for games just like this one.
MP up top. Shot clock at 5. To the inside. And stolen by Marcita. To the middle. Dermanenko. From down in the low post, it goes.
오케이.
Plainview trailing.
맛이 나는데.
Inside.
그렇게 받아들인다고?
And the foul. That one on James Marcita. MP up to 5 assists now in the contest. Doing a
Nice
great
eye,
job
Gabby.
involving his team.
Plainview's Alfred Chumsey is a player you could see going to the next level. The question is, does he want to put in the work?
나이스.
Out of bounds, it'll be Panther
땡골.
ball. And what action we've had so far in this one. We're about a minute into overtime. Outside, Tombo. MP. He's covered by Bishop. To the inside. The kick out to Marcita. Rosenberg with the ball.
그대로 따라.
Picked up by Day.
나이스.
Two
좋다.
right there.
여기 잘하면 될 수도.
So rewarding. Everybody feels a boost after this setup by MP.
Pass to Day. Puts up a three. MP grabs the miss. Plainview on offense.
다시 한번 더 때려.
Down low. Overtime in full swing
Yeah.
here. 2 minutes off the clock. Here's Marcita. Now Bishop.
It's an uppercut from Ben Bishop. This rugged center just put some big points in this championship game on the
열심히
board.
쳐.
Now here's MP. He's covered by Bishop.
찍어라, 그대로.
Tombo. And he tries it off the glass, but it's no good. Javarde for 3. The three-pointer goes.
The defense got butterflies the second that shot went up because they know he typically delivers in the clutch.
Here's MP. Count it. And that shot brings it within 1.
Ice in his veins. MP is rock solid in the clutch.
왜 그것도 그랬어,
One is on
정말.
the line right here.
Crowd is so locked in right now.
그랬어,
Looks like
뜻은
they're not
모르나?
gonna get any rush on
아빠.
this possession.
Not with the lead, no. Now's the time to use the clock to your advantage.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds.
And look, this is
아이,
so hard on the shooting motion.
아,
So they can
졌다,
stick
졌어.
with it even while being fouled.
Good on the first, and that'll put him up by 2. He's off on a free throw, unable to get that second one to drop. Passes to MP, back to Rosenberg, over Marcita,
제발.
and so they choose to intentionally foul. Timeout called by the Bearcats. And that's going to do it. North Beverly.
종료. 아니요, 그런 거 안 해도 돼. 그런 거 안 해도 되는데. 이거구나. 던치치로 바뀌었네. 오케이. 일단은 뭐 차근차근하게 해보겠습니다. 차라리 이거부터 새로 하는 게 좋을 것 같긴 하다. 1000포인트가 적은 게 아니라서. 깔끔하게 이 튜토리얼 같은 이것들은 다 3스타로 해결하고 빠르게 주요 게임으로 해서 이기는 거. 포트랜드처럼 볼륨이 낮은 게 아니니까 가능할 것 같습니다.
What a game this should be between two heated rivals on the club circuit.
Heated rivals indeed. Rarely do you see teams like this dislike each other this much, especially in the club league circuit. But you know what? This is a showcase game for both teams.
At the center of it all will be MP, the star player for the Dynasty. He'll be tasked with keeping their winning streak alive.
Looking to make it a dozen straight wins to start the club league season, but I know the Wolfpack are licking their chops at the prospect of ending the Dynasty's win streak. And how excited are you for this one? This is about as intense a game gets at the club level. These teams genuinely dislike each other.
Just 5 on the clock. Back to Wells. The three-pointer is off the mark.
Didn't convert this time, but that's exactly the kind of look that they want.
And they'll take that shot each and every time you give it to them. More often than not, that's a made three.
Pass to James. Stauffer. Robinson sets the screen. Now here's Timmerman. Patrick Wells on the wing. Gets the three ball to go. And Drake, you talk about the rivalry between the Wolfpack and Dynasty. They've both had their moments.
They certainly have, and I would expect a very physical game here tonight. That's the bare minimum when these teams play.
And you look at the Dynasty, MP has led the charge all season long. He's been a huge factor for them.
Without a doubt, he has rejuvenated the team this season. A standout for the Dynasty as soon as he joined.
아까 멀어가지고 이게 믹스가 됐다 안 됐다 했나
but
보다.
off the court as well. This kid just really understands the value of helping his community.
Now here's Carter. Down low. Here's Robinson. So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there. It's going to be on MP. First free throw is good.
자, 12점 차고요. 현재 다 되고 있습니다. 3점만 더 벌리면 일단은 퀘스트에 가까워지고 있는 중입니다. 예.
Another shot, and it's good on the layup. And with a showcase game like this in tonight's rosters, you can expect a lot of college scouts in the stands.
The importance of this game, setting the narrative of each player's potential. Opinions are forming about these players, and each minute could be another pro or con in each scout's report.
Fresh, MP with the block.
Oh, offense, defense, doesn't matter. What end MP's playing on, he gets after the ball.
예, 이걸 못 넣어?
Wide open layup.
That can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
Carter, no good. And now the Dynasty with it. Well, halftime not too far away, and MP and Wells have both had their moments.
And the talent gap between these two doesn't look that big, if there's even a gap at all. MP tacks on the extra point, finding ways to help his team even through the contact.
A difficult situation for the Wolfpack here. Offense has been clicking lately. Might want to mix things up.
Their mojo is gone. They need a basket just to regain some confidence.
You look at this Wolfpack roster, a lot of players who will play college ball, but Patrick Wells could be the barometer.
And they are ecstatic to have him with the team. Add some much-needed shooting. They're hoping he can change the fate of their season. Back to Carter. Kicks it out to Wells. is up. On target from long range.
운동가
Patrick
썩정인데.
Wells loves to shoot the ball, and he should because look, he's good at it.
On the wing, Michael Wan. MP high post. Working on Fresh. Outside Cobb. MP defended by Fresh. 4 on the clock. Screen by MP. Wan shot is off. And the leader of this Wolfpack team, without a doubt, is Patrick Wells, a 3-star recruit who has a chance to play at the next level.
And he's not the biggest or most athletic player on the floor, but when he warms up, I mean, look out. The kid can straight up shoot the ball. If he can bulk up and add some strength, he could be a factor in college.
Zadirko lives for the physical play. He goes right at the throat of the defense on that one.
Time called as the Wolfpack decide to talk things over.
They're committing an awful lot of fouls, and most of them are not productive. You don't want guys to just get easy layups. I get it, but this could turn into a parade at the foul line and create foul problems.
Swings it to Stauffer. Outside, Timmerman. Stauffer with the ball. Quiet offensively so far, searching for his first points of the game. With just 5 to shoot. Beyond the arc. MP grabs the miss. Well, you think about what sets MP apart on this dynasty team. His athleticism you rarely see at the club level.
He's been stunning, Joe. When he's driven, he's physically capable of explosive feats. Speaking of, I'm setting my phone up right here because I think we've got a great angle for some viral content.
Now here's Stauffer. Feet out. Robinson. The Wolfpack again can't hit it.
There's no such thing as guaranteed buckets, even with a perfect three-point look.
It would take a major comeback for them to get back into this game.
And the chances of that happening are pretty slim.
Just 2 seconds separate the shot clock and the game clock. Plenty of room to knock down that shot.
You know, he's not always the most selfless player, but Wells knew he had to move the ball there.
Back to MP. Hotkins. Good.
Nice.
The assist goes to MP. A dominating first half of play so far. It hasn't been close. The Dynasty on top, up 19. And we'll be back in just a moment. The teams have had their break. The Wolfpack and Dynasty getting ready to kick things off here in the second half of play.
20점 차네.
The Wolfpack with the ball.
지금 진행 상황 나쁘지 않고.
Trailing by 19.
저 웰스 조금 더 절개 만들어야 되는데.
7-4, while the Dynasty are a perfect 11-0.
And I'd say we could throw out the record books, Joe. Whoosh! I threw mine right across the table. Sorry, Drake. Because of the history of these regional rivals is so complex. Both teams thrive on denying the other the chance to win in big games like this one.
Now here's MP.
You know that MP is going to get a swarm of attention when he gets inside. Defenders collapsing down on him, and he scores himself a trip to the line.
And the first one at the line is good. Good on both attempts. Now Stauffer. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Outside, Timmerman. Here's Stauffer. Robinson sets the screen. And here's Stauffer. The shot, no good. Great D that time from MP. And for Zach Timmerman of the Wolfpack, he moved here from Iowa not too long ago.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of him, and I know the Wolfpack would have liked to see more of him. Unfortunately, he's been plagued by back problems, which can't be fun. You wonder how long he'll be able to keep playing for.
5 to shoot. Kicks it out to Hotkins. 4-3. And it's the Wolfpack with the rebound. Zach Timmerman on the wing. Luan covering. Passes to Wells.
저 웰스 왔다 갔다 하면서 잘.
Patrick Wells.
이걸 넣었네.
And that's good.
And this is just what he brings to the table. He's got great touch, and we saw it in that jumper there from Wells.
And it's the Dynasty with the ball. Back to MP. kick out to Luan. And Robinson pulls it down.
And for Eric Dillard, he's a standout at the high school level in the area, but most scouts have him as a middling recruit.
He can just disappear from games too often, though. Great shot, but too many easy mistakes that he has yet to fix. MP, defended by Robinson. Stolen by Robinson. Michael Stuffer for three. And it's Fisher with the rebound. They're enjoying a commanding lead.
And it gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest.
And MP gets it to go.
Oh, I like it, I like it. MP playing a bit scrappy there and close.
Outside Stoffer. And there's the whistle for the illegal screen.
Officials pay such close attention on those screens.
No question, they're watching. Your feet have to be set.
The Wolfpack making a switch here.
Well, the big name in the showcase has to be MP. He's a five-star recruit and has a clear path to the NBA with his skill set and athleticism.
And scouts want to see him take over the game. They want to see him be athletic. They want to see his instinct and moves on the floor. Because sometimes he can defer it a bit too much.
Now here's James. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk and draws the foul. He'll go to the line for one more. It's going to be on MP. And the Dynasty make a change here. Trying to add a few more points to their lead.
Honestly, they should just stay with what they've been doing.
Here's MP. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 of 8 shooting night.
Knowing how to move with his teammates, like a good dance partner there. MP keeps the ball and finds a way to score on that pick and roll.
Pass over to Robinson. Outside, Timmerman. Carter, right side. Shot clock at 6. The shot's good on the assist by Zach Timmerman.
I mean, Carter's going to make that shot every time. He made that mid-ranger look elementary.
When I talked to Wolfpack shooting guard Deshaun Carter pregame, he had a tablet with some personal scouting notes, animated plays, and video highlights.
Yeah, Danny, I was looking at his tablet, and he even had a My NBA franchise with creative players to represent each team. That level of dedicated planning makes him a database of information on these teams.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses, and will go for 2.
Tenacious move by Hawkins there, really challenging the defense to stop him.
두 개를 놓쳐야.
Good. Cordova outside. Pass to Carter. Timmerman. And here's Carter. Now Timmerman. Here's Cordova from beyond the arc. MP grabs the miss.
And we're here in the gym in the Plainview Panthers. It's a familiar floor to some players in our game today because they go to high school here.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, home court advantage is everything in a contentious game like this. A little extra bit of comfort might make a difference. You can't count anything out in such a heated affair.
Now it's Carter outside. Timmerman up top. And once again off the mark by the Wolfpack. Here's Hawkins. Buries it from 15 feet out.
And Hawkins knows when he should shoot the ball. Terrific job nailing the mid-range J right there.
Here's Justin. And it's finished off by Joey Johnson.
이거 못 따라가네 이제.
And a huge effort like that is exactly what this team needs.
Getting everyone fired up with an aerial display.
A big-time momentum builder.
Now here's Cobb. Passes to MP. To the paint. Andrews with the steal. And on the bench for the Wolfpack, Coach Barry Bate. He's been with the program several years now and is trying to continue the success they've had this past decade.
Yeah, and standing directly in his path once again is the Dynasty. But with new leadership on the court from Patrick Wells, Coach is hopeful that the tide is about to turn for the Pack.
It's Kyle Madison on the wing. To the middle. Here's Junior. Ball's knocked loose, but they get it back. Offensive board. Here's MP. And another shot. And he takes it up and lays it in.
How about the
문제는
Ranked MP showed there,
똑같은데
showing
거의
off and proving he could score through contact.
무조건 A라인 하면 돼야 될 것 같은데 이거는
Cordova outside. Johnson. Now it's Carter outside. Back to Johnson. Let's go with the three. It's Junior with the rebound.
Well, all game long, we've seen the passion that these teams have played with. No let up, no quit from anyone on the roster.
Yeah, passion is definitely one way to say it. Nothing that we can repeat on air, but it certainly seems beyond a little friendly ribbon. Sudirko being selfless and poised, setting his teammates up with some good looks.
Now it's Carter outside. Pass to Andrews to the left wing. Out to the right wing. Johnson up top from outside the arc. Sudirko grabs a rebound.
I like the bold move of going right back at him to return the three, but he just couldn't get it to go.
MP, no good.
That can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
Really nice rebounding display. All game long, getting it done on the glass.
Yeah, they have totally dominated the glass. Huge advantage for the team in that category.
Screen by MP. Madison can't hit it. They really need to make an adjustment here.
Agreed. Nothing is working for them offensively. Time for a change.
The Wolfpack again can't hit it.
Some of the shots that he's taken have been head scratchers. He's out there playing like it is a game of horse.
Inside. Screen by MP. Back to Junior. Madison. Sudirko. Defended by Fresh. With 4 to shoot. From deep, Jenny Cobb.
제발
With the clock running down.
And everything's going their way right now. That's how it's been for them all game long.
And this late in the game, there's a little chance that they're going to let a lead like this slip away.
Some changes for the Wolfpack.
웰스 나왔나? 웰스
Michael Stauffer on the wing. Hawkins covering. Patrick Wells on the wing. To the inside. Robinson.
웰스
MP with the block. Pass to Hawkins. Shoots over Robinson.
나이스
Knocks it again, the Dynasty. How important has Brett Hawkins become to the Dynasty? He's living in the green zone tonight, and the rim's looking like a hula hoop.
They need this. And
이게 왜
Patrick
들어가냐고 이거
Wells with the
웰스가
three.
Their offense has been
진짜
all
이러니까
about the long-range game.
엇가 얘가
Oh,
또
obviously. You love the points, and you love how they stretch the defenders.
And Luan gets it to go.
Well,
이렇게 하고
Luan
웰스를
has
한 막으면
great height for
웰스가
operating
기마이나가
inside,
빗불
and especially when the basket is within
완벽한
reach.
승리
Now here's Stopper. Wells outside. That goal.
그러니까 아 저게
Nice feed that time from Michael Stopper. Great ball movement. They're sharing the rock.
And they're keeping everyone involved and engaged.
어우
2 shots coming up at the
역시
line as
맞네.
he gets fouled on the shot attempt.
Aggressive take by MP, just daring the defense to foul him.
And he makes the first. Off on that one. So he goes 1 and 2 at the line that time. It's Lex Erickson on the wing. Pass to Fresh. On the wing, Joe Levesque. Looking to get back on track. Johnson misses. Now Junior, right side. Here's MP.
아니 왜 주냐고
Junior up top. He's covered by Levesque. The second chance effort on the money.
He got hung up on a great screen.
That will do it.
She was here. I didn't see her.
됐죠?
And now stand at 12 and
13개
0. Great win for them
통과
here.
A real gem. You could see why the Dynasty have been the team to beat. Great execution for them when it mattered most.
이제 스탯 좀 올리고 아까의 서령만 딱 하고 오늘 마치겠습니다. 코트 스킬이 지금 안 되나? 들긴데 맞죠? 근거리 슛을 세게 시도 포스트 무브기 수비에서 한번 봅시다. 락다운하게 걸고요. 플레이메이킹 이것도 한번 할까요? 이렇게 해서 하고 성장해서 속도는 필요 없고 드라이빙 덩크가 필요해서 이거 다음 어시스트 7개 8연속 주 타이틀을 가져간 팀이었네.
And let's go down to the floor as they get ready to... Hello everyone and welcome to our coverage of the Illinois High School State Championships. I'm Joe Lamy alongside Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo. Danny, we've got quite the matchup tonight between the Plainview Panthers and the North Beverly Bearcats.
Rubbing my hands together, a bit of a David and Goliath situation here. The Bearcats looking for their 9th straight title, but the Panthers have come out of nowhere, led by their star, MB.
He's the star of the show and has been nothing short of
런던이가
sensational.
웰스를 잘 살리네.
He's a player that can cause a load of problems with his overwhelming talent.
괜히
And I'll
큰
tell you
머리를
what,
쓰지 말고
Coach Altman and the Bearcats will have a plan,
웰스나
but some
하네.
things you just can't account for.
Let's talk about Danny Coffin for a moment. The Bearcats power forward loves to clean the glass.
He's got a real pack mentality too. So when a shot goes up, Coffin is nearly always in the picture, and he's either boxing out or snagging those boards himself for easy second chance buckets. Now here's MP. And Patrick Wells outside. And the Panthers hit it again from deep.
An elite 3-level shooter. Wells is someone you have to worry about beyond the arc.
Outside Marcita. Coffin sets the screen. From the arc. And James Marcita good for 3. And when you watch Germanenko on the court for North Beverly, he's as composed as they get at this level.
He's the smallest starter for the Bearcats, but he's sort of like this conductor of a larger-than-life Bearcat orchestra. He moves the symphony, and he collects assists from the giants of North Beverly.
And now here's Marcita. Coffin sets the screen. Beyond the arc.
AI는
That one
웰스나
doesn't
살리는
drop.
반대로 디귿죠.
MP high post. Wells. Screen by MP. Over Germanenko. And it's rebounded by Bishop. Germanenko outside. Dishes to Marcita. And it looks like that'll be an illegal pin.
Officials pay such close attention on those screens.
No question, they're watching. Your feet have to be set.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first.
And the Bearcats come into this final as the favorite. 8
Yeah.
straight Illinois State championships for them. An incredible run.
There's Bishop. And he
Ah,
makes
이걸
that
왜?
one.
Ooh, brutal move from Bitt.
오케이.
To the left wing. Back to Lee. Pass to Leftos. Coffin. The 3. He can't get that one. Here's Gibson. The kick out to MP. Tombo shoots over Coffin, and Tombo gets the bucket.
Middle of the
내가 근데 스킬이 뭔데?
floor, right through the rim. Tombo
스킬
lines
적이
it
안
up and follows
되는구나.
through on a nice shot.
And something to note between these two schools, Plainview has never beaten North Beverly.
Wow, Joe, just lay out the cold hard fact like that? Yeah, I'm not sure I would ever bring that up in the locker room or make the sole point to fire up the squad, but either way, staying undefeated over another team can be a real challenge on that end.
Coffin, no good. The Panthers trailing this one. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Bearcats.
Sloppy misconnection there.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Pass to Leftos, to the left wing. Outside, shoot. Takes a three, drops it in from long range.
Defensively, this is a guy you have to account for on the perimeter.
Now Kennedy, outside, Gibson, Dillard. Screen by MP. And Eric Dillard with the three.
Well, no doubt MP is a legend for Plainview already, likely to be the first graduate to have ever seen the NBA.
And for someone who's never seen him, MP's athleticism is something special. He's got great basketball IQ, and you can see the potential ooze out of him. This is just the start of what can be a decorated career.
Here's MP. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
MP pouring his heart out on the court, hustling in transition and staying out ahead of the fast break.
Pass to Leftos. Now here's Splitter. Shoots a fader. MP grabs the miss.
When you get that kind of look from the defense, you have to let it fly.
Dirko with it. Covered by Lee. And here's Eric Dillard outside. Drew grabs the miss. North Beverly leads. Splitter outside. Johnny Chu. Off target from three-point range.
And Dillard, another shooter for Plainview. Solid jump shot, but this is a baffling amount of easy layups.
They'll have a few head scratchers each game, Danny. Zadirko. And the rebound goes to the Bearcats. Outside, shoot. And here in the second quarter, we approach 4 minutes played. Out of bounds, Bearcats ball as North Beverly will hold on to it. Timeout called by the Bearcats. Both teams will make a substitution. And the Bearcats with possession here. Leading by 5. To the inside. That one misses off the backboard. Now here's Germanenko. He's guarded closely. And the foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on Justice Rosenberg. And Wells, a transfer to Plainview before the season, he's been a huge part of their success.
Wells knows how to shoot, something you can always use more of. Likely won't make that jump to the college level, though, but he's a great high school player and a really solid 1-2 punch with MP.
And now here's Marcita. He's got 5. Here's Bishop. And it's thrown off the back of the rim and in.
Given his size, not many guys are going to be able to block Bishop's shot, which is why you feed him in there.
Dish to Tombo. And dunked home by Grant Tombo.
And he isn't the biggest power forward, but his ability to rise up really evens things out.
Germanenko outside. Here's Marcita. He's guarded by Prachumsi. Here's Bishop. They get it back. He got it up in time, but it doesn't fall. And the first half comes to a conclusion, and a game that has been very close so far. North Beverly on top, leading by 4, and we'll return after halftime to bring you the start of the third. And we're back. Illinois State Championship second half action about to restart. And it might be intimidating for some of these players, playing in such a hollowed ground here at the United Center.
I think it's safe to substitute the might for a definitely does. It's bigger, precise, the sound, everything. It's a dream come true for many of these players.
Coffin with the bucket.
Coffin is just so big and so hard to keep off the glass. And look, him and Bishop, they form a monster front court.
Passes to Wells.
Nice.
Banked in off the glass.
Getting in close, always a great recipe offensively.
Germanenko with it. Here's Bishop. MP with the block.
Time, the instincts, that's terrific defense from MP.
Wells. He's guarded by Germanenko. Screen by MP. Combo misses. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in.
열쇠 왜 막냐?
Big man for the
길이
Bearcats.
막냐?
7+ feet in the middle. Hard to miss out on the floor.
Yeah, sticking out on the floor with his height. The mobility is the only question mark for him. He moves like he's 50 years old and drives a minivan, but man, when he gets in a position, he's a load to deal with.
네가 수비하면 그래서 좀 내가 수비하면 막으면 안 될까? 답답하네 답답해.
MP with the block. They recover it. Bishop, good. Plainview on offense. Prachumsey, guarded by Marcia. And he throws it down.
좀 해야겠어.
From MP, looking like a 5-star recruit right now.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half. And now Marceda, down low. And it's stolen by MP.
James Marceda is a talented wing who can play at the next level. At 6'10" and 240 pounds, small is not what comes to mind for this small forward.
Oh, no, not at all, Danny. It's noticeable how tall he is. And it's unusual to see that kind of mass in a high school wing. But again, that's the benefit of the international recruiting that North Beverly pulls from.
And Prachumsey with the block.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa.
Filthy block. Great anticipation down low from Chumsey to knock that shot away.
Using his unpredictability to his own advantage, a tough cover for any defense.
So both teams making some changes here. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Here's MP. And MP throws it down.
Knowing how to move with his teammates, like a good dance partner there. MP keeps the ball and finds a way to score on that pick and roll.
Coffin on the outside. Pass to Dermanenko. Block at 6. Coffin. There's August Splitter with the 3. MP grabs the miss.
So many of the players for the Panthers have been a part of the Plainview community their whole life. There have been a lot of legacy names.
Some of the kids have fathers and grandfathers that played for Plainview. It's not a large town, but they love their basketball. Now here's MP. He's got 6. And that one's good.
I mean, MP's not one to waste a look like that. Come on.
And here's North Beverly. 2-point game. Outside, Bishop. MP with the block. Right side, Tombo. MP. He's guarded by Dermanenko. And here's Eric Dillard outside. Hits the trifecta.
Shooting is the centerpiece of Eric Dillard's game, and he sinks one there.
Now here's Dermanenko. From the elbow. It's rebounded by Plainview.
Coach Riley Altman has North Beverly prepared to play this game as if it's on their own home floor.
Oh, Coach Altman is a living legend. He's the most decorated high school coach in Illinois State history. But what's great about him is he doesn't want his players to be overwhelmed by the environment. He wants them to stay focused and in the game plan.
The Bearcats trail. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Misses and the dry spell continues.
이게
Here's Gillard.
영악하여 그렇지.
Down for the buzzer beater.
That's how you want to end the quarter.
Momentum going into the next period, and that's gonna.
Final quarter of play just ahead. The Illinois State Championship on the line. Here's two. And of course, high school basketball around Chicago as competitive as it gets.
There is a legacy here. Yes, players are chasing the shadow in the shape of the number 23, and it envelops every court in this city. Basketball could be a ticket, could be the opportunity of a lifetime for these athletes.
Well, you know the MP is going to get a swarm of attention when he gets inside. Defenders collapsing down on him, and he scores himself a trip to the line.
That one is no good.
Well, he did enough there. He made it a two-possession game at least.
Here's August Splitter with the three. Sinks the
어떻게
tray.
좋았나? 헐.
Some players you can give that shot to. But let me be clear, he is not one of them.
한명 좀 챙길 수
Terrible job by the D.
있잖아.
Here's Porter. No good off front iron. And here's North Beverly. Aslanoglu outside. No good on the triple. Panthers leading. Inside. Back to MP. Outside, Gibson. MP up top. To the middle. Here's Adirko.
아이고,
Second
나도
shot.
너무 있죠.
So the whistle blows on the shot. 2 free throws for the contact there. It's on Myron Lee.
And as we know, a lot of colleges have their eyes on this state championship, a number of top recruits.
Oh, if you're a fan of basketball, this is the game to watch. A handful of these players might even make their way to the NBA. But MP, he's the most highly touted athlete out on the floor. And almost all of North Beverly's roster will play college ball somewhere.
For three, Johnny Chu. They get it back.
I love watching the big guy work, grabbing down that rebound.
Passes to MP. To the paint. High arcing shot. Second shot chance. Zadirko's shot is good.
Zadirko lives for the physical play. He goes right at the throat of the defense on that one.
Outside, shoot. There's a screen by Lee. Three-pointer. And that's good. 2 for 3.
He got hung up on a great screen and gave the shooter some wiggle room.
Yeah, for sure. If he sees any daylight at all, he's pulling the trigger.
그래서 나왔나?
Second minute off the clock now here in the fourth. Pass to Perchumsey. Wells. And here's MP. Here's Tombo. MP. He's covered by Bishop. Hits the three-pointer.
Hells is demonstrating
이렇게 무조건
day
이렇게
in and day
만들.
out how assertive he is. He's ready to shoot
많이
as soon as
먹지
he
마,
catches the
그러면.
pass.
계속 웨스 줘가지고 그나마 웨스가 슈팅 잘 나가네.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through now. Now Germanetko. Inside. MP with the block. Passes to Wells. Perchumsey. That shot's good.
And the defense has to push Perchumsey further away
한
from
대만
the hoop.
더 한다.
Even when you guard him close, he can still score inside.
Around 3 minutes gone by here in this fourth quarter. With a step back. And Marcita gets it to go.
Huge score by Marcita. It's easy to see why his teammates get him the ball when they need a basket.
Patrick Wells on the wing. Outside for Rosenberg. Here's MP. Foul called that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You just have to admire how selfless MP is on the court. He looks to get everybody involved, finds good angles and good shots. And maybe he can just go get it all done himself too.
If you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played just about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter.
속공으로 딱 한 개 더.
Outside, Marcita. Fires the three.
내가.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw contact and he'll shoot two. It's going to be on MP.
Panthers slashing wet. You're probably not going to be able to cut down Bishop. I mean, look at him, guys. He's just too much to handle.
MP high post. Out to Wells. Pass to Rosenberg. MP outside. Wells.
아니,
MP.
그랬어.
He's covered
던지면
by
돼.
Bishop.
제발.
MP high post. Out
이다.
to Rosenberg. Puts up a three. Again, the miss by the Panthers.
Even with the decent coverage that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet against him in that situation
이거
next time.
던져야 될텐데.
Here's Bishop. Panthers pick up the board. And they double up MP.
자, 아,
And Rushing for
이런.
it there, but no one has possession.
아, 돌아가야
Instead, we'll have a
봤는데.
jump ball. Combo. Wells outside.
아니, 또.
MP. He's covered by Bishop. And now we've got an intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. Now 9 seconds separate the shot and game clock. Outside Marcita. The three is up. It's good. And now they trail by just 4.
Entering unfair territory. Marcita already has a few
아, 결국 이렇게 못했네.
Facing the long ball, the power of the Bearcats is a full display right now.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was one they really wanted. He's got one more, though.
No time to spare. They need a bucket.
On top of that, a steal or a foul to also stop the clock. Well, Dermanenko does a nice job putting pressure on the inside defense there, and it results in a foul.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the lead down to just 3. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line is no good.
By missing one of those, that leaves them needing a 3 to tie it up. Not ideal.
That's a smart foul. Trying to keep the game alive this late.
Yeah, it's not over, but they're starting to really run out of time. The pressure's on MP.
Timeout called by the Bearcats.
Well, the challenge here isn't just scoring. It's doing it quick.
That's part 1. Part 2 is to go for the steal, then foul immediately if you can't come up with it.
And so with it, it's North Beverly. James Marcita for 3. MP grabs the miss, and he commits the intentional foul.
터치는 거.
He gets the first, and that puts him up by 5. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point game.
And that is how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Vlad Dermanenko for 3. Rosenberg grabs the miss, and that's an intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop. Put it in the history book. The Plainview Panthers have done the unthinkable and are Illinois state champions.
에이프 팀의 평가.
I told you we were gonna get that W, bro.
$600이면 다음 게임이 방송 여기까지입니다. NBA 애정의 관계라서 빠르게 왕조를 세워보려고 다시 시작을 합니다. 그러면 다음 방송에서 만나요. 안녕히 주무세요.